Kite tip number 6 is all about LEI versus foil kites. What's an LEI? Well, an LEI stands for leading edge inflatable kites. We just call them inflatables these days. And essentially, inflatable kites are designed to be used on the water because they float, which then allows us to do a water relaunch. If we crash them on the water, they can take back off again. The yellow one in the picture, that's a foil kite, and they are just either a single layer of fabric or a double layer of fabric that has some venting along the leading edge. And that's where, when we launch them, they'll fill up with wind and they'll take their shape. So foil kites were originally designed for land-based kiting, snow kiting, using buggies on the beach, that sort of thing. These days, you're seeing a lot more people using foils out on the water. We'll now see foils used in the racing scene. The Olympics, they'll all be using those high aspect foil kites for racing because they point upwind really, really well. So if pointing and going fast is your thing, the foil kites are the way to go. If you're using the kite on water and you're still crashing it occasionally, I'd recommend going for the inflatable kites. If you crash a foil kite on the water, you've got to be very, very fast to get it back up before it actually fills with water. So there's pros and cons to both the foils and the inflatables. A lot of people ask me, well, what do I use when I'm snow kiting? I use both. You can see this photo here is from the Red Bull Ragnarok, and I couldn't decide which one I wanted to use, so I had them both set up and ready to go. Ultimately, if I'm racing, I'm going to be on those foil kites because they're going to be faster, or if I'm going on a backcountry mission where I need it to fit in my backpack and I don't need to take a pump, I'm going to use a foil kite. But if I'm actually going mountain riding and I'm just parking at the side of the road and kiting right from there, I love using my inflatable kites on snow. They drift really well, especially the wave kites like the Ozone Rio. Those kites are designed for drifting down the line in the waves. And that's the same feature that we need when we want it to drift down the line on the mountain as we ski down.